Hey guys, real quick intro to the new tournament. It is Ranked Royale 2v2. You might remember that Ranked Royale 1v1 was played just a couple months ago where you qualified by getting high in ranked 1s. This time it's ranked 2s. One player qualifies and they can pick any teammate of their choice. The top 6 players are going to automatically make it into the main event, and the top 7 through 10 are going to have to qualify to get the last 2 spots, and that is what you're watching today. Let's get into the video. We continue in the EU Ranked Royale 2v2. Team Kiileerrz versus Team Dralii in the upper bracket final. Winner is qualified. Chat, here we go. Rw9 and Kiileerrz versus Dralii and Oaly. Both these teams spent some time in the position where they would qualify immediately. I think actually Dralii and Oaly at 2 different times would have been high enough to immediately qualify. And it might be the same case for Rw9 and Kiileerrz. I want to say at one point Rw9 was high enough. But Kiileerrz and Dralii ended up being the 2 players who did qualify their team. Neither Oaly nor Rw9 were high enough to make it. But if a player qualifies, they can pick whatever teammate they want. And this is who they chose. So Dralii and Oaly, Kiileerrz and Rw9, winner of the best of 5, makes it to the main event to continue to play for what could be an $8,000 prize pool, but it'll be double whatever we get donated here today and throughout the tournament. Rw9 and Kiileerrz strike first. Rw9 able to tap it, honestly, slow enough that Oaly couldn't save in stride. He got there a bit early, had to just touch with the top of his car, and the soft save is followed up. Rw9 has Kiileerrz midfield. Does just carry across the net all by himself. Dralii with his rainbow boost. Rw9 demo. Oh, the double bump. Can he finish it himself? He can! He didn't even need Kiileerrz. Rw9 slams down on top of Oaly and then taps one in off the crossbar. The score of the previous series was 3-1 in favor of the Twins over Gomb and Acro. Kiileerrz passed to himself off the ceiling, gets the reset, can't get the double. Oaly pops up a doink for Dralii to take a shot, and I don't know if Kiileerrz is going to get back to this one. He is not. He's actually going to get demoed as well. And if he wasn't demoed, he's going to have a tough time. Both the Twins in the corner. So when the 50 win goes in favor of Team Dralii, it's the first goal on the board for them. Rw9, not the best of first touches. Converts it to a pass, or I should say, not the best first touch if you're trying to play it like 1v1, which is what I'm so used to watching him play. Not a bad setup for a strong infield pass to his twin, and Kiileerrz able to finish this one off. Rw9 follows up his flick with a demo and then pressures the net as well. Leaves it available for Kiileerrz to throw in the third. You're quitting Rocket League because random teammates making your rank go down. You know the only person, if I looked at all your game replays with every teammate, every game you ever played, you know the only person who's in all of them? You. Rw9 not able to get this past Oaly. Dralii's going to tap in, or not tap in, slam in, I would say, 115 km/h, but Oaly doing the work of winning this 50 out into the box, and Rw9 attacking from too far away in defense. Yeah, the only time that I'll entertain the argument that your teammate is holding you back in your rank is if you always team with one person. Every time you play, you team with the same person. Okay, I could maybe believe that. Maybe they're not playing as much as you. They could be holding you back. But if you solo queue like me, you're going to get the whole wide array of teammates. Rw9, air dribble bump! And even though it's not a demo, it doesn't need to be. It does just enough to take Dralii out of the way. This chat dying of cringe at the air dribble bumps. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of them in 2v2. Right now, Yan in position to qualify for the NA version of this ranked Royale. We know he doesn't shy away from the air dribble bumps. Oaly slams in the third goal. The Twins are making a habit of getting a lead and then letting the other team erase it. I shouldn't necessarily say letting. I mean, credit to the other teams for fighting their way back, but not consistently. It seems like Rw9 has been able to go up early. Oh, what a save by Rw9. Dralii, I think, was pressuring him, and he's in and out of the nets. Rw9, air dribble, wants the bump. Doesn't connect on it. Not the best first touch from Dralii, but he is more than capable on the ball. He'll find a way to get it back, and he did. Made it past one defender on the back wall. Oaly not willing to dive and take the risk. Instead, plays for this possession. His double cleared by Rw9 on the backboard. Oaly got just enough for 50. Dralii has a great chance here now. Kiileerrz rushing back, gets the demo. That might have stopped this offense. Dralii pre-jumping to clear. He needed to do something crazy. Oaly challenging quickly as well. Dralii's actually back. So it's not over here as he's able to get underneath the ball. Kiileerrz is trying to just dunk, and he actually convinced Dralii to get rid of it. Dralii maybe would have been able to hold on to it a little bit longer, but as he tried to not let Kiileerrz get a touch, there'll be a lead for the Twins. Game number 2. The Twins immediately up as we hop into a new server. Dralii looking to evade the bump attempts from Kiileerrz, and he actually did a great job at doing so. Bumps for Rw9 and gives Oaly an opportunity to shoot. Both of Team Dralii, though, on the ball. This might be scoreable if somebody on this team can get there. Kiileerrz with a save. Able to use the crossbar to keep it out. Rw9, air dribble. A couple different times now. He hasn't quite been able to finish off the bump, and the ground level save comes out from a member on Team GOM. Kiileerrz, no connection on his demo attempt on Oaly. Dralii lobbing it to the backboard to see what they can make of it. Oaly had the reset. He pushed the ball into the ceiling, but pushed it also too far away from his car. Dralii, quick shots. Still in a great position for Oaly to try and make something work, and he does go off the backboard. Kiileerrz covers the tight angle follow-up by Dralii. There's been some solid scoring attempts from Team Dralii. Oh, look at the double 50. Oaly, first off, a 50 here in the midfield with Dralii, then Oaly shadows. It gets bumped behind the ball. It wasn't even really a 50. And then even though Dralii made it back, it's too little too late. 2-0 for the Twins. Rw9 on the kickoff, and there's nobody home. I don't know what happened here. Oaly went up midfield. Where's Dralii at? I don't even think the replay is going to show us. Played it a bit more aggressive. Maybe thought Oaly was going to get first possession there since he had won the ball into the blue half slightly. Rw9 might have an open net again. 4-0. Kickoff's going in favor of the Twins. Rw 90%. RW 90%. The 90-10s. Fireburner used to be able to hold the title from 90-10, but that was before Mina joined the RLCS. Rw9 and Kiileerrz with possession in their corner. Oaly doesn't want to let them have it for free, but maybe a little bit overexcited as he goes to try and challenge. Infield pass. It's 2-on-1. After that challenge so deep in the corner, does not connect with the ball. Rw9 bides his time. Kiileerrz in sync. 5-0. You doing well, Feer? Yeah, thanks for asking. Doing well. How about you? Dralii and Oaly on the board before halftime. And it comes off the back of Rw9 accidentally passing out to Dralii by redirecting that clear onto the crossbar and then out to the midfield. Oaly, maybe a fake infield pass here. I wonder if we can look at Rw9's perspective. I don't have memorized what numbers everybody is, but I think Rw9 adjusting to maybe cut off an infield and then placing it bottom right.
How is baby Feer doing at Feer?
Dralii off the back wall, looking to go the distance. Gets Rw9 up and then puts so much power on it that even though Kiileerrz is back and ready in net, it's not going to matter. It goes in at 149 km/h. I think Kiileerrz gave it a little bit of help on its way in, but still, screamer of a shot. And what was a 5-0 game at some point is now starting to look a little bit more interesting, as once again, the Twins go up early and the opposite team starts finding their way back. Thank you, Maxter Dax, for the tier 1 for 2 months. How's Baby Feer doing? Baby Feer is doing well. Baby Feer is still, in the womb, but no issues so far. Oaly somehow didn't get credit with the shot. Not sure what the game engine thought about that shot. It was definitely on target. Oaly, what a great placement, but Kiileerrz is there. Demo Madness pushes the ball just far enough past Dralii. The little 360 power slide on the wall. He wanted to do it all by himself, but it's twos, not ones. Had he let Oaly take control, maybe he'd been able to get the fourth. Oh, the flick. Doesn't have a ton of movement, but doesn't need to when it comes quickly after this scramble. Dralii thought about the fake challenge and then went for it for real, but too little too late. Kiileerrz has had some wild saves for sure. Kickoff goal in favor of Dralii and Oaly, and it is going to be a Spanish as Oaly dodges around the ball and gets the demo. Oaly demo on Rw9. Interesting decision not to go steal that back corner. Instead, decides to let Dralii take the ball and the corner, and now is having to rush back. He's got the boost spawning right underneath him. Oaly with the whole field in front of him. Air dribble taken away. Kiileerrz stops it before it's anywhere near the net. Back pass from Rw9, who's now pre-jumped the Oaly clear. Doubled it off the wall right back into the orange half. This shot's on target, and it's going to be a goal. Kiileerrz demoing Dralii And then chasing down Oaly as well. They want to go next. They're not going to wait out the 40 seconds. Game number 2 in favor of the Twins. So we head to game number 3. Game number 3. It is a double Spanish to start the game. And we got the beautiful camera angle on it. Kiileerrz trying to get ahead of the ball to go for a bump. Dralii doesn't have a ton of boost to work with, but he actually creates a great opportunity for Oaly, who drops the ball back down to Rw9. Dralii, all the 50s in the world, and not the boost needed to finish it off, but he's popped it again up to Oaly, and Kiileerrz with the timely saves. Every time it seems like Team Dralii has made their way through, Kiileerrz shows up on the recovery. Rw9 is 50, sent to the ceiling. Kiileerrz, no first touch, but in classic fashion from him today, he decides to make his saves at the last possible second as he slams back down to keep Team Dralii out. And what season did you start playing Rocket League? Original Season 1, my man. Original Season 1. Nice goal. Oaly gets in front of the ball and demos, I believe it was Rw9, to give themselves a lead they haven't seen maybe at all, or at least not in a while. Yeah, I started playing about a month or so after the game came out. Oaly, backboard double. Not what it needed to be if it wanted to score on that first touch. Kiileerrz is actually chasing all the way down into the orange half in an attempt to grab some boost, but I don't think he ever did. Now he just wins a 50 out to Rw9. The Oaly with ball control over the top of the early challenge. Just Rw9 left. He decides to attack early. Ends up being a good idea because he forces the ball out of Oaly's hands and then allows Kiileerrz to affect the play. Whereas if he had waited, it would have been a true 2v1. Where he would have been in much bigger trouble. That being said, still not in a great position because Dralii gets to tap this one to the ceiling and follow it up for a 2-goal lead. When did you start taking this full-time job? This has not been a full-time job. If you're talking about streaming, it's still not for me. Top left goes Rw9. Shortly off the kickoff, Kiileerrz looks like he's trying to protect the ball a little bit on his dribble. Are they a Moroccan team? Dralii is Moroccan, but Oaly is, I believe, Dutch, right? Interesting play by the Twins here. For a second, I thought they were trying to take their 2v2 game to the absolute next level when they bumped each other. Like he was trying to set up Rw9. If Rw9 had connected with the ball there, I would have just given up on the game if we've gotten to the point where we can tactically bump our teammates into the ball. But no, it does seem to be a mistake because Dralii and Oaly score. Not going to be able to force this one in. There's a 3-1 lead for Team Dralii. Rw9 one demo and forces the miss on the second. Might not have connected, but didn't need to. Yeah, this in YouTube is not my full-time job. I work a software position, and I have since before the game of Rocket League came out. I was already working, or I think they pretty much started at the same time. Rocket League came out the same month I started working my software job. Bro is ancient. Okay. Is that really what we get from that? I work C++. Oaly and Dralii, their backs against the wall here. They do have 2 lives. Both players, or both teams, I should say, do have 2 lives still. Oh my goodness, Rw9 was a couple pixels off of a crossbar down finish. That would have been very spectacular. The winner of this will qualify. The loser has 1 more chance to play against the winner of the game being streamed on twitch.tv/hootyhoop. Kiileerrz setting up a double on the side wall. Dralii gets credited with a save. Maybe that could have bounced off the crossbar and in. It did not seem like it was on target to me. And he made the save without jumping from the back wall, which gives you an idea of just how off target it probably was. But pinch near ceiling height. Dralii's going to wall dash his way back to the ball. Rw9. 50 this back to the blue half. Good cutoff by Oaly to prevent the team play we've seen so often from these two. And it's going to do it again! Talking about last second saves from Kiileerrz, let's talk about Oaly, who is keeping his team in the lead. A couple crucial ones to prevent these guys from being in a position to bring it back if they had won, or they had scored there. All they would need was a kickoff goal, but now it seems near impossible because they need this one and another. Dralii and Oaly not going down without a fight. Rw9 slightly ahead of the dribble, but it doesn't matter. Game number 3, going to team Dralii as they try and get the best of 5 reverse sweep. We head to game number 4. Game number 4. Rw9 and Kiileerrz a game away from qualifying for the ranked Royale 2v2. Dralii a couple games. Dralii and Oaly, that is. Rw9 air dribble follow-up by Kiileerrz is a lead for the Twins. Kiileerrz chasing Oaly out of a position that he probably would like to be in, as he forced him to keep going in order to not get demoed and then pulled off the ball to get the finish. Oh, that's certainly not the play, but Kiileerrz, maybe it is the play. He continues to surprise me. Every time I think he's messed up, he always finds a way to correct it. Kiileerrz slamming this ball into the orange corner. No double. Rw9 is pre-jumped. Look at this shot. As they are of one mind, Kiileerrz was never planning on doubling himself. 116 km/h shot for Rw9. Exclamation point bracket will take you to the tab for EU, because that's what we're doing right now, but you should be able to navigate to the tabs for the other North American portion of the tournament as well. Right now, the players have not qualified. We are about 3 hours out of the deadline for NA qualification in ranked. Oaly up to this ball early with a bump. Might be able to make it possible for Dralii to finish. It looks like Dralii will, although I don't think he connected on the bump. Probably got Kiileerrz, yeah, to backflip off the ball. Works just as well. I guess you must do a MENA 2's tourney because they are the best. I think we have the best MENA teams in here. TRK Nupo, Rw9, Kiileerrz. I think those are the 2 best MENA teams. So they might even end up being in the same pool, I think, according to seeding, if Rw9 and Kiileerrz end up winning this one. How are you going to leave me out of the leaderboard list? I thought you were on it today. Rw9 and Oaly 15. The ball hangs out in the blue half. Dralii and Oaly trying to tie it up. Just about a perfect tie at the midfield as the ball slams directly into the ceiling and back down, but Dralii is ready to follow it up quicker. And he has Kiileerrz to deal with in net. Kiileerrz only able to delay the inevitable. Yeah, I've graduated. I graduated in 2015 from college with a computer engineering degree. Rw9 retakes the lead for his squad with a solid shot at that. Kiileerrz puts it off the ceiling, and Rw9 puts it off the backboard before doubling it in. Dralii almost able to go completely by himself. The dunk wasn't quite on target, and then Oaly decided that it was a risk worth taking, something that you have to do often in 2v2. I'm last back, but is our scoring chance good enough that it's worth my challenge? Oaly thought it was this time, but I think it was Kiileerrz who was too quick for him. Popped the ball around him, and maybe it was Rw9. Either way, the finish was free afterwards. Kiileerrz. Air dribble down into the orange half. Rw9 slamming directly to the ceiling as a way to avoid the oncoming challenge that he saw. This infield pass is to nobody. A minute and 15 seconds for Rw9 and Kiileerrz to hold on and punch their ticket to the main events. Rw9, no touch on the ball, just protects it the whole way. Maybe he felt like it'd be better to not hand the ball over to Oaly, but this is a shot opportunity for sure. Oaly cannot get up to finish it off. Dralii's touch was not on target, a bit high. Dralii decides not to take a shot here as he doesn't want to just send the ball directly into a defender. Oaly was hoping for maybe like a team pinch of some sort as he goes up for that ball. Dralii taps it away. This is a great win from Oaly. 30 seconds. Some kickoff shenanigans almost certainly going to come here for Team Dralii as they need the spark to find a way to score in a limited amount of time. Oaly just decides to win the kickoff. What a bump by Rw9. Rw9 needed to bump to keep out what was about to be an easy tap in. Kiileerrz demo, 18 seconds. Only one team member from Team Dralii alive right now. Dralii, great 50. This is a good position for Oaly. Has the reset. Goes low. Tie game. Dralii and Oaly never giving up. Kiileerrz over the top, and Rw9 has pinned himself back in the net as he looked to go in and out of it. That's two defenders covering high. Nobody to stop the low shot. So it might be overtime in game number 4. Kiileerrz doesn't want it to be 0 second. Dralii wins it to the ground. And we have overtime in game number 4. Thank you, Hootie, for the raid. Everybody wants game 5, and they're going to get it. Dralii and Oaly score on the kickoff. Game 5 between Rw9 and Kiileerrz. And Dralii and Oaly coming up next. Winner qualifies to the main event. All right, chat, we need to run 1 minute of ads. Got behind. Game 5. Rw9 Kiileerrz versus Dralii and Oaly. It would be a reverse sweep for Dralii and Oaly if they're able to pull it off. Rw9 and Kiileerrz, like they do in individual games, are doing it in the series as well, going up early or letting the other team back. Can they hold them off, though? As they seem to have the momentum. Even in that last few seconds of Game 4, Rw9 and Kiileerrz couldn't hold on to what was even a 2-goal lead, I think, with 30 seconds or something. It was very, very, in favor of the Twins at the end of that game. And Rw9, another 50, drops just short of the goal. Rw9 to the backboard. Actually had it on target if Dralii wasn't there. Thank you, RW is our savior. The tier 1 for 14 months. 14 months, long time. Rw9 has to make the goal line save. Now he's got an air dribble against just Dralii if he can go quick enough. But Dralii has to save. Oaly drops it off to Dralii, who recognizes that he will not be allowed to make a play off the backboard. Oaly midfield 50. Dralii decides to play the more passive option as he fake challenges a couple times. He wants Kiileerrz to hand him the ball. Kiileerrz does, but then demos him, and now it's Rw9 against 2 defenders. Oaly recovers to stop Kiileerrz from dunking it in. Kiileerrz 50. Rw9 doesn't see it worth it to dive in for that last shot. Has to force a pinch onto the backboard. It's both these teams looking for the first goal. Kiileerrz ground pinch is actually on target, and Rw9 almost able to shoot it off of Oaly, but Oaly recognized and pulled away so that he couldn't just use him as a backboard to shoot. Very smart play by him. Kiileerrz slams his shot to the crossbar. Oh my goodness, Rw9. He made sure the backboard could not be cleaned by slamming it so high, and then goes up to meet him for the craziest angle. 62 km/h, perfectly slotted top left. Rw9 does not want to have to use his second life here in this tournament. He wants to get directly into the main events. Kiileerrz air dribble into a 50. Dralii pops this one up. Can't do much of anything with it before Rw9 is there to take it away. He'll steal that back corner boost, and it's going to be Oaly on the back corner dribble. 50 towards the corner. Dralii has Rw9 on the backboard. Resets the ball a bit high, but Rw9 drops it right down. And Oaly will be able to finish it off. Kiileerrz actually jumping for a pre-jump at a position that Rw9 likely had covered. Probably a better idea for Kiileerrz to stay grounded. Maybe not playing in comms. I honestly would not be surprised if both teams were not in comms. I think that is how a lot of players play their 2s in ranked anyways. It is the ranked Royale, but of course if they do want to be in comms, they could be. And I honestly don't know what I would bet in terms of whether or not these teams are. Probably yes, though, but I'm not sure. Kiileerrz sets one up to the back wall. Oaly gets redirected into the opposite corner. Dralii doesn't want to take the dribble. Instead, he waits until he can get 100. He was working with 60 before. The 50 is dropped to Oaly. He gives the ball right back to the Kiileerrz pinch. Haven't quite been able to escape the orange shaft, but they do now. Dralii actually a great challenge on Rw9, making the perfect wall to prevent a high clear. Kiileerrz, his air dribble doesn't really turn into anything. Turns back on the ball. Certainly known to be the aggressor of the two. Oh, dangerous position. Oaly has to be patient. Kiileerrz goes for the fake. Did Oaly get enough on it? He did not. Rw9 is available to finish. Oaly bumped. Kiileerrz made the right decision. If he had taken an immediate shot at Oaly with power, the ball flies off into an unscorable position. Instead, he keeps it around for Rw9 to finish. Will we see any 0-second madness from Dralii and Oaly? Dralii has to use his flick just to keep it up, and he can't get underneath it. Not without help. So it will be a Game 5 win and a reverse sweep denied for Rw9 and Kiileerrz.